Hey everyone, welcome to Comic Essay. My name is Sean, and today we're going to be looking at Batman issue 27. I think let's start it off. We start with KiteMan. All right, KiteMan's real name is, I think, Charles Brown or Charlie Brown or something like that. His son's name is also Charlie Brown. Now what happens is KiteMan he's very small time criminal, but not very important. But in this story, in the War of Jokes and Riddles, he's used quite a lot purely just because of how the Riddler and the Joker and Batman use him to create certain opportunities, if I can say that, just so they can fight and maybe get the upper hand here or there. So he's not really important, but damn is he important. And especially after reading this whole series, I love KiteMan. KiteMan is awesome. He's KiteMan. Shucks. It's so dumb, it's good. Anyway. So Batman basically tells Charles Brown here, you did some work. So now what happened is he finds himself in a situation. He's at a bar and he did some work on the aerodynamics of the Joker mobile. And Batman says, I need you to get in contact with the Joker and I want you to set up a meeting with him because Batman obviously wants to crash the party and take down the Joker. So he gets in contact with Deadshot, and Deadshot basically sets up the meeting with the Joker. But now this whole thing is convoluted, the right word, but it gets very messed up. So now the Riddler finds out that this guy Charles Brown has connections to the Joker, so he goes to him and says, hey, listen, where you may having this meeting now with the Joker and whatever. So the Riddler obviously the Riddler kidnaps him and he jumps into this meeting as well, and basically it's just a huge fight. The Joker, Batman, the Riddler, all their goons, Killer Croc is there as well. It's a mess. So the Joker ends up pulling out KiteMan out of this fight, and they're sitting down. They're sitting down, and Charles Brown just starts divulging all this information about, like, no man, Batman made me set up this meeting, then the Riddler found out, then he came, and then I went back to Batman, and now it's just a mess. And then the Joker lets him live just because the story that he just told him is almost funny. And this is what's nuts, and I will continuously say it. The Joker is crazy, and he's finding himself once again, as a little mini catch-up, he finds himself in a situation where he cannot laugh. And just because this story is almost funny, KiteMan lives. Like, he's the reason why the whole situation was a mess, and he lives. So yeah. So now the Riddler... because the Riddler finds out that this happens with the Joker, that Charles Brown basically just told him everything. The Riddler goes ahead and poisons the string in which Charles Brown's son was flying a kite, actually. So he's telling him this, he's basically teaching his son, he's telling his son, hey, listen, he asks his son a question, do you like the kite? And his son's like, hell yeah, I like the kite. And he's like, okay, don't say hell yeah, you can just say yeah. Hell yeah is a very bad word, and whatever. Father-son chatter. And what happens is his son happens to be flying the kite one day, and Charles Brown thinks it's a flu, but it's not. He actually got poisoned, and the son dies. Now, this breaks him. This breaks Charles Brown. Not only that, you see that I feel like it's also breaking Batman, because throughout the whole comic you're hearing on news reports here and there that no one can trust Batman to solve the situation. No one thinks he can solve the situation. I mean, the Gotham police, they're also spread very thin, and I'm very sure seeing more casualties as Batman is seeing another casualty. And he's like, if I was Batman, I'd feel responsible because I brought this guy into the fray. Now this is on me, and he feels even more out of control that he cannot stop this war. And now here's KiteMan, and KiteMan knows straight up that he can't stop the war. So that Batman can't stop the war. So what does KiteMan do? He does the only thing he can think to do. He puts himself, he creates himself a suit and whatever. He puts on the suit. First thing he does, he goes to the Joker and he says, I'm KiteMan. Now the Joker thinks it's a joke, and then he's like, is this a joke? And KiteMan just replies saying, hell yeah, I'm KiteMan. which is obviously on the same. There's a link there. There's a premise there saying that he told his son not to say hell yeah, but now he's saying hell yeah because like his son's dead. I guess honoring the son. So yeah, so now he's KiteMan, and that's the birth of KiteMan. We're gonna get into there's a whole jokes and riddles prelude that we're gonna get into soon, which explains KiteMan so much more in depthly. He's amazing. He's just like Tom King really brought some depth into KiteMan. I really like KiteMan. I'm a fan of KiteMan. So yeah, listen, if you like this comic, if you like the channel, please like and subscribe on the video. There's also a link to my Patreon page if you want to go and subscribe to Patreon as well, so you can get content sooner. And yeah, I'll catch y'all later. Cheers.